save about 10 to 12 hours a week having the Kwant badge. And this is a job site that is actually not that huge. It was about 60 workers, but it was a pretty large area. And he instead of counting people, he was using that time to prepare reports, and that was able to impress his management team, and he was able to get a promotion from there. I think that the being able to save time on these uh, tasks can give a lot of time back to each of the individuals to make their life more easier and modernize the entire site, right? One of the things that I was listening this morning was about how technology is actually for automating things that can be automated.
Sure.
Right? Let's say I didn't want to drive because I didn't want to park my car today, so I called Uber, and that automated my driving from here to here, and it saved 30 minutes of my life trying to find a parking, or and I could do some high value work on the way here because I was not driving myself, right? Same like that. We want to give the time back to the super or a PM, and I think in a lot of cases this is also compliance. I still sense that the subs report that they're providing to the GCs are not accurate. I think they just copy paste the report from yesterday, and people are not showing up on time. People are not actually showing up at all, and in the large scale projects, nobody would know it because you have hundreds of thousands of people, and Kwant can actually make that data compliant, because when something happens and there is a investigation, we need to know that data. It's really powerful data.
Great stuff. I would describe that Kwant does make the site super's job easier, specifically on a day-to-day report.
Yeah.
I want to discuss some of the ways that Kwant has improved accuracy.
Yeah.
So how do you start to think about accuracy? What are some of the measures behind that? And
yeah, I think that we take accuracy very seriously, right? Because if our data is being used for, payroll, insurance, daily reports, safety investigation, I think it becomes really important to have an accurate data, right? So some of the things we've done is our system depends upon LoRaWAN network, and these are something that you need to have an active gateway on a job site. We've used solar gateways right now that are really powerful, and it has a backup as well, so you don't lose the data at all. If somebody unblocks the gateway, you don't lose the data. That's been a big new upgrade that we did recently. The second upgrade is that we have Kwant sensors that are battery power sensors that are spread around the job site. This is one of our unique product. It's a patent pending technology, and we've really improved the Kwant performance using multiple batteries right now. The batteries last long, and it is able to capture accurately the worker data as well, right? So that's on the Kwant side. The other part is the fault detection piece as well. I mean, there's a lot of incident that happens, especially in New York City. Like, you've also known that you've talked to a couple of customers. There's a problem of staged falls.
Sure.
And we want to be able to differentiate between a real incident versus a fake incident, or when somebody falls, or somebody just threw a badge, actually, So we've gone through rigorous testing. We've actually partnered with several organizations to do a testing around this as well. And the goal is to keep on improving and saving lives and saving the GCs a lot of money, because one incident can actually cost a lot of money to those guys,
Niran, a long time ago, you told me a very interesting comment was that the final stage of construction is litigation, right?
Yeah.
So I can certainly imagine some of these fall detection pieces coming into play, keeping our job sites safer, but also having a way to verify some of this information. What are your thoughts about securing a job site? how does Kwant help secure the job site?
Yeah, so security is a big piece. And I think after COVID, we started seeing a lot of these things, a lot of these new demands for secure job site. I mean, New York City has always been a very, active area where you're building next to, a Times Square. You can lose materials, you could lose equipments, you could have vandalism, you could have theft. You know that one of the incidents where somebody was actually hurt badly by somebody coming in with a weapon, right? So there's all these things that happen on the job site that where you need to secure the job site. There could be other reasons. There could be reasons of privacy. There could be reasons of we are building some highly confidential, things inside the building. Like it could be a proprietary EV data, or it could be a proprietary data center. So security becomes a big piece, right? And then the huge demand for a access control system came in. We happened to land in this business by customer demand because we're a data company at the core, right? It's the value is the workforce, but the core is the data actually, And yeah, we had a huge demand, and we can also announce it here that we've actually started partnering with United Rental, the largest equipment rental company in the U.S., where they're providing the access control system, like turnstiles, and Kwant is providing a technology that goes on top of that to protect each of these large-scale job sites. So we're super excited about this United Rental partnership. And we already deployed this on several job sites right now. These are large job sites, and I think that we're just starting that process. Yeah.
It's great. I would say when I'm working with clients, almost concern number one is security, and I think that I'm seeing a lot of push for the turnstile, right?
Yeah.
So, what's happening at a Kwant turnstile that's different than a regular turnstile?
Yeah, so Kwant turnstiles has a bunch of things that are really powerful. We have a system that allows unauthorized workers to be prevented to enter a job site. We have a facial recognition system that you don't need to have a badge. You can just use your face to scan in and out, basically, right? These have UPS backup so that it doesn't go offline. These are very strong machines that are, preventing theft and only enabling authorized workers to enter these sites.
So I'm going to add on top of that, when I see a client having a turnstile, I look at it as a great thing because, number one, it increases security, but secondly, it improves the data quality. So when a worker has to tap in and tap out, that ensures that you have very clear data on when they entered and when they exited the site from a general perspective. And what's also interesting about a Kwant turnstile is that we also install sensors as well.
Correct.
So in case of a power outage, in case of a worker going around a turnstile, in case of fence being opened.
Yeah.
So I feel Kwant's offering a very good product with their turnstile, equipping it with sensors. I install these systems on the sites, of course, so maybe I'm a little biased. But I'm really enjoying working with our clients to get their turnstiles nice and secure. And I think that with the United Rental partnership, it should only grow.
Yeah, that's very exciting. Yeah, I think, Mike, one of the couple of customers we have, right, where the price of a turnstile can be prohibitive in some cases,
Sure.
or in some cases, because the size is so large that you cannot properly secure the job site with a gate. Although I have seen massive sites getting secured and fenced. I was amazed by these things, that how could they fence this city?
Sure.
And they still fence it. They spend millions of dollars to fence the entire site, But Kwant, the battery powered devices are such a unique strength where, anybody who doesn't want to use a turnstile, or there's somebody's driving in through a bus or a truck, you still get checked in, and that data can be used to, validate many things from safety, compliance, all other things actually. Yeah.
You're bringing up some great points. I want to add that a lot of times we actually don't install turnstiles
Yeah.
for some project benefits. So although I just gave turnstiles a lot of credit, what they do provide,
Yeah.
there are limitations, right? And
Correct.
Kwant actually comes in and offers a solution for some of these limitations. So what's wrong with a turnstile? All right, turnstiles are great. However,
Yeah.
when you have a lot of people, it creates a bottleneck, right? And then this becomes a challenge because you need to get thousands of workers into a site.
Yeah.
How do you have security, right? We'll also have efficiency and speed,
Correct.
right? So I want to describe our drive-through features, right,
Yeah.
with security guard booths, and how having the sensors at a security guard booth versus having a gated entry or a turnstile entry is a benefit. So describe what a security booth looks like with Kwant.
Yeah, I think you're a good person to talk about that, Mike,
Sure.
because you've been working with the customers on that. But this feature was built as I call it Easy Pass. I know Easy Pass for people outside of New York City.
Easy Kwant. Easy
Right?
Kwant.
Easy Quant,
Yeah.
where traditionally you will have to drive in and pay or swipe at each of the gate when you drive across highways.
Sure.
Today, because of new technologies, you don't need to do that. You are automatically billed, and the bill comes to your account, right? Same as that, Kwant has built a simple and solution that you can just drive in, and these sensors pick you up. These are battery powered devices, very powerful. They will pick you up. It's scanning you at a millisecond level frequency, and it's able to capture the data as people are driving in a bus or a truck. A lot of these job sites have buses because you have people getting moving around from one place to the other, and you were checked in. We do, however, ask them to slow down a little bit. Actually, I think
Sure.
I think we love to do that because driving slow is good on a job site first.
Sure.
It's safe, and we ask them to slow down a little bit, and it captures everybody's data in there. And a guard who is having to now check, there's a TV or iPad he has that is able to show up all their faces, and then validate that each worker has the permission or the certification to enter the site, right? And I think that has been really valuable. And if you look at the value from the other side, what I've talked to a couple of customers recently about, you have offenders that you have flagged workers, right? You have somebody who is switching from one site to the other site without permission, or workers who have not completed the certification process. The iPad will show and highlight those workers that have those, and is able to verify it in real time.
Sure.
Right? That saves so much time and money. I want to bring up a very interesting story here. In one of the job sites, they were saying that because the job site was so large, that the city had to intervene to stop the traffic because the guard had to individually stop the buses and trucks and vehicles to check each person's card and to make sure that they're authorized to be in the job site. The city was having a traffic problem, and this customer called us that we want a real-time solution that does not require a guard to check every individual worker. I think that this easy Kwant solution is an amazing feature. And Mike, you want to talk a little more about that?
Yeah, I think it certainly deserves to be addressed, the traffic problem on job sites. So it's great to try to unpack about how Kwant is actually improving the productivity on sites with this one feature alone.
Yeah.
I actually just installed one of these last week. It went very well. The system allows for speed. It's very simple. So, Niran, I wanted to ask you, Kwant is growing. You have a lot of projects starting up. What are some of the big industries you're seeing that have a strong use case for Kwant?
Yeah, so We're seeing a lot of growth in a couple of these markets, primarily data center, factories, and affordable housing. Those are the three big markets that we've seen a lot of growth in recently. Data center, is booming because of all this demand for energy and demand for data storage through AI, machine learning, and there's been a lot of investment from all sides, right? So Quant is growing fast in that. We find that Quant is really suitable for data centers because of the high security requirements in some of these sites, right? The other part is also very important is they also require safety standards. So we work with these Fortune 500 companies, public companies, that any incident that happens in these sites can have a massive impact on their stock actually, right? So to prevent those injuries and to be proactive about these things, Quant has been used on several data centers right now, and we're actually working on these mega sites to make the job sites more secure and to help them more become proactive in their safety management.
It's an exciting time in the industry for sure. As you know, data centers are a massive